welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be my experience apartment hunting in New York City. So I'm basically going to show you guys clips and videos that I made while looking at apartments, and I'm going to guide you guys through my experience apartment hunting in New York City. And I'm going to include the details of deposit requirements, monthly rent requirement, and all those juicy details that we all want to know when we see these kind of videos. The only thing I will exclude is the location of these apartments for obvious reasons, because this is the part one of my apartment hunting and my experience, where I'm going to show you my choices, and I'm not going to tell you which one I chose. So part two is going to be which one I chose and the tour of my furnished apartment now. So I hope you guys enjoy it, and let's just get started with the first apartment I saw. All right, this is literally the living room, and then boom, your wall of kitchen. Yeah. And then this is the bathroom, which is nice. And then one bedroom. I mean, I don't know. I guess he plans that it's gonna get really hot because con ese aire caliente enfría todo el apartamento entero. If you at least had the air not there, you could put a couch there. Put a couch and a TV. So beginning my journey, this apartment was actually the first apartment I went to see. When I first saw the listing, I thought it was a steal because it was a 2-bedroom, 1 bath apartment for $1,800, which in New York City, that's a steal. $1,800 for a 2-bedroom, great. However, as you could see in the video, after walking in, it didn't take much for me to see the whole apartment. So yeah, it was a 2-bedroom. So I think I gave it off. I didn't choose that apartment. So even though it was a 2 bedrooms, as you can see in the video, literally in each bedroom, I don't think you could fit more than maybe a twin bed comfortably. Not that you can't fit anything else, but comfortably, I don't think you could fit anything else than a twin bed. So this apartment, I actually didn't even find out the deposits because I just wasn't interested. It was a new building, so I'm actually gonna put the picture right here of that building. So it was a new building. It was beautiful walking in. I was so impressed. I'm like, wow, $1,800 in this building. It's a new construction. Everything was nice. It had really nice finishes. It was just, for my taste, way too small. This is nice. Next apartment was in one of my most desired locations. So I really liked the location from off the bat, but when looking at pictures of the listing, I was really excited to look at this one because of all the space. It was a 2-bedroom, 1 bath again, but it was huge. As you can see in the video, the living room, I could fit a dining room. It was just super big, and I fell in love with it from even just looking at the pictures. So after looking at it, I fell even more in love with it. However, the catch with this one was this building was a building that had co-ops. So this apartment was a co-op, And basically after all the hidden fees, all this, all that, before you even get the deposit, you would have to be accepted by the board. First, you would have to be accepted by management. After you accepted by management, management would refer you to the board, which is basically like a commission that happens in co-op apartments where people own the apartment. Like your renter will own the apartment. It's not like a landlord that owns a whole building, but this person owns the apartment and they would rent it out to you. But they have a board, and basically it's like how could I explain it? It's like a conference of people who all live in this building, and they get to make decisions of who moves in this building and who doesn't, and all other decisions about the building. So the building did have parking, but there was no parking available to us. So the rent was going to be $2,100 a month. For the location, I think it was pretty good. However, the catch was, after all the fees and all this and all extra stuff, the deposit would have to be about $8,000. So this is $8,000 that we're basically never gonna see again. And we also had to install carpet in about 80% of the apartment. So besides the $8,000 and everything we had to spend in furniture, etc., we would have to spend more money in carpet. So this was something that I was really hesitant about. However, you know, when I do like things, I tend to get a little bit blinded, and I was more than willing to pay the $8,000. I'm not gonna tell you if I did, because like I told you, you're gonna find out which one I chose on the next video. Excuse me. ¿De qué iban a ver los otros? ¿Qué vas a hacer? A ver los otros. Ah, de dos también. De uno. De una ya la quiero. So this is actually where you look in from. And then have like a whole bunch of closets, like a zillion different closets. Let's see. And then here's a washer and dryer closet. And this one has a pantry. And then the kitchen. And then the living room. Two listings, I decided to put them together because they were both in the same building. So basically they were really similar. The finishes were really similar, except that one had a 1-bedroom and the other one had a 2-bedroom. So initially I wanted a 2-bedroom and my fiance wanted a 1-bedroom. So even though the other two I looked at were 2-bedrooms, those I looked at on my own. But this one, we actually just came for the 1-bedroom. You know, me being a little bit open-minded, but decided to look at the 2-bedroom since that was an option. So these were both in the same building and they were both shown to me by the same person. So this building actually had amenities. So it had a gym, a recreation center, a rooftop deck, and a pool. And it also included parking, which is something that we really wanted. And as you could see, it had a wash and dryer unit. Everything was pretty much brand new. Nobody lived in this building because it's a new construction. So it's a series of three building complex, and this was the first building that was being built. So the rent for the one bedroom I showed was about 1900, I believe. However, this building actually had different one bedrooms, and which I didn't unfortunately make a video of those for you guys, but it had different one bedrooms where the floor plans would change, where they'll be a little bit bigger, a little bit smaller, and the prices would change. So the price for the one bedroom would start off at 1800, and the highest would be about 2000. And the two bedroom actually started at about, I think it was 2300, and it went up as the floor you went up. So because the windows, as you saw in the video, were floor to ceiling windows, the higher you were, so the higher the floor you chose, the more expensive the rent was. So when I saw the apartment, I actually saw it the same day I saw the second apartment I showed you guys. So when I saw these, I was already coming with this preconceived notion of like, well, me getting an apartment in the city, I'm gonna have to give a lot for deposit, especially for this building that was brand new, and nobody lived here, and the rent was a bit pricey for what you usually find in the area I was looking for. And I'm like, maybe, you know, it's gonna they're about this is where it's gonna come, this is where they're gonna hit me with it. So of course, after reading the apartment, I liked both of them. We hadn't make a decision yet because this was something that, like I said, he wanted a one bedroom and I wanted a two bedroom, so this was something we had to discuss once we were alone. So after viewing it, my first question was, so how many deposits do you guys ask for? So he tells me, the agent showing us the apartment tells me that if you had good credit, it would have to be a $500 deposit. Yes, a $500 deposit. So, but however, if your credit was a bit iffy, you would have to give 1 month deposit, which basically you would live off your first month without paying rent because you had to pay your first month's rent in advance. I thought it was a catch. I was like, what? Are you serious? Like, are you joking? He's like, no, I'm serious. Like, so I was just blown away because usually from my experience of shopping around, like I said, they either ask for, you know, a decent credit score, at least more than 650. And he told us that the landlord didn't really look at that. They just didn't want you to be in collections. So as long as you were in collections, that's all they really cared about. And if you didn't have at least 650, they would charge you 1 month instead of 500. This was honestly, out of everything I heard, my experience, those closest to me that have told me their experience, this was the cheapest deposit I had seen. So now we just had to make a decision. Honestly, from my experience shopping around, when you find a good listing, it goes by really fast. So I liked both of these options. The second option with the 2 bedrooms that was very spacious, and these two new options, which was the 1 bedroom and the 2 bedroom in the new construction building. So essentially we were just left to make a decision between those two. However, you would find out our decision in the next video, so make sure you hit that little bell so you could get the notification when that next video comes up. I promise I'm gonna post it soon. And make sure you subscribe. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope that it was helpful for you guys, and if you guys have any questions, I'm gonna put my Instagram in the description. You guys could send me a DM and I would be more than happy to help you. And also, if you guys have a guess of which one we chose, just comment down below. So till next time.